Hello, Cancer friends. This is Vistalia Tarot and Astrology, direct from my bedroom to yours, and this is your oracle reading for the month of March. I'm going to pull an overall card for you, overview card from the Thoth Tarot. So your card for March is the Ten of Cups, also known as satiety. Now, on first glance, this looks pretty good. It looks like an abundance, having uh, a lot of what we need, especially in the emotional realm. Could be just in a general way as well. However, there's an inherent instability to all the tens, where they are about to change into the next suit. So in this case, it's the suit of swords. The next card being the Ace of Swords, and we actually see the 9 as a kind of culmination or perfection of the nature of each of the suits. So by the time it reaches the 10, it's already said to be kind of degrading, degrading as in falling apart. So what I've found often, sometimes the Ten of Cups can just mean kind of simple pleasure, just feeling good, having what we need. But I have also found this card to be connected, and others speak of this as well, to having a little bit too much. I've drawn it on days when I've literally just, eaten a little bit too much Chinese food and had a stomach ache. That actually happened just a few days ago. Or having just an overabundance even of gifts in your life, even like too much of a good thing, whatever that means to you, however that plays out. Sometimes that can mean that we can share, that we can give to others, that we can kind of allow that to go elsewhere, if to those who don't have whatever it is that we have an abundance of. But it could also be connected to a kind of dissatisfaction with the way things are, and a sort of sometimes it can be like a need to create a little bit of chaos when things are good, because that next card is the Ace of Swords. It can mean introducing a little bit of trouble into something that is going fine but is somehow unsatisfying or boring even. So just watch out for those tendencies this month. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with that need for a little bit of chaos. Just the more aware you are of why you're doing what you're doing, the better you'll navigate it. You could also just have a simply pleasant month, but with the Ten of Cups, there often is that little bit of something, a little bit of trouble in the midst of it all. The next card I'm going to draw for you is a message from your higher self, from the Archetypes deck. So perhaps this can tell us a little bit more about what's going on here with this Ten of Cups. So we've got the Siren. Interesting. So yeah, it's really interesting, especially with this very watery suit of cups. We've got the Siren. It's making me think that the Siren represents this something that you're called to, this like little bit of danger, that you sort of want to pursue to break up whatever the stagnancy is of the Ten of Cups. And of course, there's an inherent kind of alluring danger to the Siren. And who's to say? It doesn't mean you shouldn't follow that. But perhaps it's good to just, it seems to be giving you a little bit of a warning, that there could be something illusory about whatever it is that you think you're pursuing or that you are pursuing, something a little bit deceptive, that you might be under some sort of delusion. It doesn't mean you're not going to do it. It doesn't mean going to end terribly. But these are just some of the messages that are coming through for you this month. Finally, I'm going to pull a kind of guidance card from the Amenti Oracle, and perhaps this will give us some further clarity. I pulled, I respect the property of others. Interesting. So yeah, I mean, it's obviously this isn't going to be the case for many people watching, but if this is a kind of boredom in a relationship, and this is, a desire to stir things up with an alluring stranger, just watch out if that stranger belongs to somebody else or is betrothed. Yeah, so that could just be a kind of allegory for what could be happening this month. It doesn't, this is obviously not going to be literal for everybody. But yeah, maybe there's something about not trying not to desire what others have. Maybe if we bring it back to this, maybe this is how you perceive your situation, which is that it has, grown stale, or it's dull, or it's not what you're looking for, and you want to sort of break out of it, pursue something, maybe something that somebody else has. And I guess this card is just reminding you to, if you do that, do it in a way that's respectful to others, and to perhaps go back to this and find that maybe it's not as bad as you think. Yeah, but it can play out in many different ways. So for final clarity, I'm going to do a little bit of bibliomancy, reading a random passage from a book for you. So, now read Adolfo Guezzada's prayer, then confess that you don't know about God. God of the wild, you are different from what I expected. I cannot predict you. You are too free to be captured for the sake of my understanding. I can't find you in the sentimentalism of religion. You're everywhere I least expect to find you. You are not the force that saves me from the pain of living. You are the force that brings me life even in the midst of pain. So I hope you have a good month, and take care.